Meanwhile, U.S. President Barack Obama says it is in America's interest to support the Libyan government's fight against ISIL. He says Monday's airstrikes on Sirte were part of efforts to ensure Libyan forces were able to push the militant group out of the city.
The good news is that we now have the beginnings of a government in the government of national accord. They are serious about trying to bring all the factions together to start creating a basic security structure, to begin to monitor Libya's borders and to cooperate internationally to deal with issues like ISIL. And so we're working in partnership with them to assure that ISIL does not get a stronghold in Libya.
Meanwhile, France has reaffirmed its full support for Libya's unity government. It is seeking to mend fences between the two nations after Libya demanded an explanation for the presence of French troops on the ground in the conflict-ridden country. Let's get more details now from CCTV's Adel Mahroui. He's standing by for us in Cairo. Adel, what more can you tell us about that bomb attack in Benghazi? Do we know who was responsible for that attack?
Well, yes, the Shura Council of Benghazi's Revolutionaries Council, that's the group or an alliance, an Islamic alliance that has claimed responsibility for the attack. It took place actually after the Libyan National Army led by General Khalifa Haftar, the army that represents the Eastern government, took control in its over 2 years war in Benghazi, trying to dominate or maintain control over the city against Islamists in there. So they managed to take a crucial strategic entry point to through the city of Garwala, and that's where the attack has happened just after the announcement of maintaining control of that passage. A car bomb was quite huge, demolishing a building 3 stories big. It targeted a gathering of security forces that belong to the Libyan National Army, and at least 4 commanders have been reported killed in the attack, and many soldiers trapped under the rubble of the building. The reaction still is not clear yet from the Libyan National Army and General Khalifa Haftar, but overall this is the 4th bomb attack reported around Benghazi as the fight there escalates between the Islamists who support the Tripoli government and who stand against the Eastern Tobruk-based government. And so this is mainly a political clash. It's not part of the war against ISIL, or at least it doesn't appear so.
Well, Adel, the statements from U.S. President Barack Obama and the French government do seem to indicate that there is more international intervention now in Libya, or that there is an escalation of international intervention in Libya. How is that international intervention being viewed there in the region?
Well, it depends basically on who you're talking to and who is the forces from the United States, France, or Britain, as also reported. Who are they coordinating with? So we've seen the French coordinating with the Eastern government in Tobruk, and there were clearly accusations and some Islamic clerics in the West have said that this should be considered as a French occupation to Libya. So the problem with the situation, the political situation inside Libya, is that we have 2 governments, or 2 battling governments, and the government of national accord, which is standing with where the Western government in Tripoli was. So if the international bodies, whoever they are or what country they represent, if they coordinate with the government in Tripoli, you'd find Benghazi furious, accusing them of interfering or meddling inside Libya's affairs. And if it's the other way around, it's the same condition. So what has been considered by many factions inside Libya is that it would be a violation if these forces are supporting their battling side in the political struggle inside Libya. So it's quite complicated, and it's quite confusing for people inside to identify one force, even if it's the United States. If it supports Tripoli, then it's welcomed by their side. On the other hand, it's not. So what has been happening lately is that many international parties have been trying to coordinate with both sides so that their cooperation would be supported instead of they find resistance from locals to complete their attack against ISIL.
Right, Adil Mahroui for us there in Cairo, that update on Libya. Thank you.